Do you ever wish you could learn a new skill? Maybe, perhaps a new language. But you worry that you are too busy, or you think it is simply too late to start. What if we told you that the secret to starting and succeeding requires just 5 or 10 minutes of practice every day? Welcome to this deep dive on the English Podcast channel. I am your host. Today we are focusing on something very foundational. It is about removing the stress and the fear of learning English. Our mission is to extract practical, low-pressure knowledge from sources that promise, well, remarkable results through small, easy steps.
Hello, everyone. I am Helen. I am an academic and a scholar with deep social knowledge, and I am here to help unpack these ideas, especially for adult learners who are, balancing many responsibilities. We understand that starting a new language can feel overwhelming, but we are going to show you how to take that large task and break it down into very small, manageable pieces.
That is exactly right. The material we looked at is so encouraging because it really understands the reality of our lives. It starts by acknowledging that we are all busy. The source material, it showed us an example: day waking up, brushing teeth, going to work.
Preparing meals.
Yes, preparing meals and then going to bed. It is a full life.
It is a full life, and this is the crucial starting point. Many of us, we do not have large blocks of time for studying anymore.
Yeah.
The traditional method of, sitting in a classroom for 3 hours.
Yeah.
It might not work for you. So the core philosophy of this learning system is, it is almost revolutionary in its simplicity. You do not need to study for many hours.
So if the long sessions are out, what is the best way to learn?
The best way to learn is to study a little, but you do it every single day.
Every day.
Yes. This is the real difference between intensity and consistency. Think of it like walking. You do not run a marathon on the first day.
Yeah.
You walk a little every day, and over time, you build strength. For learning, that consistency helps your brain build long-term memory connections. It is so much easier to remember 3 words every day than it is to try and remember 90 words every Sunday.
Okay, I understand the philosophy. Consistency is key. But let us get very practical. How do we sneak this small practice into a day that is already packed?
We have to look at the small gaps in your existing routine. Take the morning, for example. You are likely drinking coffee or having breakfast.
Right.
That is 5 or 10 minutes where your hands are busy, but your mind is relatively free. This is the perfect time for what we call passive practice.
What does that mean exactly, passive practice?
It means you are listening, but you are not intensely focused on, translating every single word. While you're drinking your coffee, you can listen to very easy English podcasts or short videos.
Oh, okay.
The benefit here is twofold. First, you are learning new words through context. And second, and maybe more importantly, you are training your ear. You are allowing yourself to get comfortable with the sounds, the rhythm, the music of the language.
That makes a lot of sense. It is like warming up your listening muscles. Now, what about the middle of the day? Maybe during that small break after lunch. What can we do then?
Well, the source suggests shifting to a slightly more active practice.
Active practice?
Yes. Moving from listening to reading. In the afternoon, maybe during a 10 or 15-minute window, you can read something in English. This does not need to be a complicated novel, not at all. Look for short stories or easy news articles, things made for English learners.
And what is the benefit of reading as compared to listening?
Reading requires more focused attention. It helps you connect the written word, the spelling, to the sounds that you heard in the morning.
I see.
It reinforces the vocabulary. And because the time is short, just 10 or 15 minutes, you're less likely to feel tired or overwhelmed. You can finish a small task and feel a sense of accomplishment. That feeling of, I did that, is very motivating.
That is a crucial point. That sense of success is what keeps you coming back the next day. Now, when the day is ending, the source recommends a practice that helps solidify everything, and that is writing.
Yes. At night, when everything is quiet, this is a time for simple reflection and for creation. The advice is to write simple sentences in English in a notebook. You are only writing for yourself, so there is no pressure to be perfect.
And the source gave us some beautiful, straightforward examples of these sentences. Things like, today I went to the park, it was sunny, I felt happy. Very simple.
Exactly. When you write those sentences, you are actively creating your own context for new words you learn that day. You are physically engaging with the language, and this helps move the knowledge from your short-term memory into your long-term memory. It is a powerful, low-pressure exercise.
And speaking of low pressure, the sources also suggest that we practice speaking a little every day. This is the part that might feel a little funny, but I imagine it is necessary.
It does feel funny, yes. Many people feel self-conscious speaking a new language when they're alone. The sources encourage what we call low-stakes practice.
Low-stakes practice.
Yes. That just means talking to yourself in English. Simple statements like, I am making tea now, or I am cleaning my room.
And why is that type of solitary speaking so important, even if it feels a little strange?
Because speaking is a physical skill. It's much like riding a bicycle, your mouth, your tongue, and your throat. They need practice to form English sounds. When you talk to yourself, you are training those muscles and connecting the English thought process directly to the physical act of speaking, but without the fear of judgment.
That brings us perfectly to the essential mindset, because for so many adult learners, the biggest hurdle is not time. It is fear.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
And what is so wonderful here is that this source material openly acknowledges those emotional barriers. It knows that maybe you feel shy when you speak, or maybe you feel nervous.
Right, thinking, what if I make a mistake?
Exactly. Or feeling sad when you do not understand English.
Yeah.
It's very important to know that these feelings are not failures. They are normal parts of the learning process.
And we want to pass on the core message of reassurance from the source material directly to you, our listener, right now. It is okay to make mistakes. Please do not worry. Everyone makes mistakes. Even native speakers make mistakes. This is such a critical psychological shield for learners.
It is. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, we must reframe how we view those mistakes. A mistake is not an error. It is information.
Yeah.
It just tells you what you need to focus on next. You do not need to be perfect. What matters is that you are learning and you are trying, and that is truly amazing. The goal is so simple and forgiving. Speak a little, listen a little, and learn a little every day. You just need to keep going.
That is such a warm and incredibly effective approach. It completely removes that pressure of perfection. Now, let us move to the most actionable part of our deep dive. The sources provided 3 extremely easy and direct tips that you can start doing today.
Yes, these are 3 simple habits that lead to very big results. Tip number 1 is very straightforward, and it builds on our earlier discussion. Listen to English every day.
And once again, let us emphasize the commitment. It is minimal, is it not? Just 5 or 10 minutes is perfectly okay.
Perfectly okay. You can listen to music, short videos, or very simple podcasts in English. The key here is not comprehension. The key is exposure.
Exposure.
Yes, you must trust the process. When you listen regularly, even if you do not understand the meaning, your brain is doing important work. Your ears will get used to the pace, the tone, and the sounds of English over time, and you will understand more and more.
That is great advice. Now let us move to tip number 2, which addresses the act of practice. Speak a little English every day.
This is where we return to that low-stakes talking to yourself idea. Speaking out loud is the bridge between understanding a language and using a language. You must give yourself permission to sound a little silly in private.
So saying simple things out loud like, I'm cooking dinner, or it is a nice day.
Absolutely.
Eh.
Another excellent alternative is to repeat what you hear in the videos or podcasts you listen to.
Ah, like shadowing.
Exactly. You hear a short phrase, and you repeat it. The important thing is that you are speaking out loud. It helps your brain and your mouth work together as a unit. Do not be shy. Just try it.
If listening is training the ear and speaking is training the mouth, then the final tip, tip number 3, is training the memory. And this one is perhaps the most impressive in its concrete results. Learn 3 new words every day.
Just 3 words. That is all. When we approach learning with numbers that small, it never feels like work. It feels achievable.
And what is the specific method we should use to learn those 3 words?
The method involves 3 specific steps. First, write the new words in a notebook. This engages your visual memory. Second, say the new words out loud. This engages your auditory memory. And third, and this is the most important, try to use them in a sentence related to your day. It is that combination of seeing, hearing, and using the word in a personal context that really locks it into your long-term memory.
And here is the impressive payoff that the source material highlighted. This shows the true power of consistency. If you learn just 3 words every day, you will know 90 new words in only 1 month.
That is correct. 90 new words. That is a significant vocabulary boost from such a small daily habit. Over a year, that is hundreds and hundreds of new words. This small, consistent effort proves that you do not need intensive study. You just need to be relentless in your small daily habits.
As we wrap up this deep dive, we really want to reiterate the main message from all of our sources. Learning English as an adult, especially if you've been away from studying for a while, it is not easy. And that is okay. It is a challenge, but you are trying, and that effort is amazing.
Your English is growing every single day. We want you to stop chasing perfection and instead focus on consistency. You do not need to worry about being perfect. You just need to keep going one small step at a time, one new word at a time. Please be proud of the effort you are making.
And I love how the source material ties this simple learning exercise back to our well-being.
It is a wonderful connection, is it not? Building on that idea of writing simple sentences at night, we suggest that this practice can become more than just learning vocabulary. When you write those sentences, I went to the park, I felt happy, you are using English as a form of daily gratitude or positive reflection.
Ah, I like that.
You are celebrating the small good moments in your day, and you are doing it in your new language. This practice links your commitment to learning directly to an improvement in your overall happiness.
That is a wonderful, fulfilling way to think about this journey. Remember, you can do this. We believe in you. If you liked this deep dive and found these simple steps helpful, please give it a like and share it with a friend who is also learning. And do not forget to subscribe to the English podcast channel for more easy learning practice. Also, please leave a comment below and tell us why you are learning English. We truly love reading your answers and hearing about your journey. Keep learning, keep trying, and keep smiling.